Answer your question because we've known each other for so long. It has nothing to do with Iraq.
I take
The
that as
answer,
a compliment,
no.
Mr. President.
I'll answer your question. Yes, Veteran Affairs is going to, in fact, require that all docs working in facilities.
Everybody, I hope all of you guys are having a great day. This is your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report. So everybody, many Americans across the country also want the government to restore federal crisis unemployment benefits. But Republicans are hesitant to agree to a massive spending bill. With just over a week left until the federal eviction ban expires, the race to get emergency rent relief to as many struggling tenants as possible is in its final stretch. Everybody, what are your thoughts on the fourth stimulus check? Is President Biden doing all that it takes to send out the fourth stimulus check and help out the American people? Leave a comment down below saying yes or no. On this channel, folks, I always do my best in providing you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check information, so be sure to subscribe. Now, after a slow start, the pace of distributing the $46 billion for rent relief that was allotted in December from the stimulus package and the American Rescue Plan has improved, but it won't get to everyone who needs it in time. In June, everybody, more than $1.5 billion in assistance was delivered to 290,000 eligible households, according to the U.S. Treasury Department. More money than what was doled out from January to May, and the number of households that received aid is up from 160,000 in May and 100,000 in April, but the rollout has been uneven. And according to an analyst by the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, an estimated 11.4 million adults living in rental housing are behind on rent. Of those households, more than 3 million people said they were likely to be evicted within the next 2 months.
The second gentleman is here as well. Thank him for being with us as well. And some of the same folks who fought so hard for this landmark legislation are with us today. I just got off the phone with one of them.
Everybody, should the eviction ban continue? Or do you believe that President Biden should instead send out a fourth stimulus check instead of extending the federal eviction ban? Tell me your thoughts on this in the comments below. Personally, folks, I believe that everyone in Congress must step up to the plate and help out the American people. There's got to be more stimulus relief for the great American people that are still suffering. And if you guys agree with me, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Now everybody, with no existing national rent relief infrastructure prior to the crisis, the US has had a patchwork process of distribution that has put tremendous administrative burdens on states, cities, and localities. This has tempered efforts to get money to those who need it quickly. But the rental assistance program is reaching more people now than earlier this year. And everybody, continued rapid expansion is needed to reach the scale of renters at risk of eviction. While emergency rental assistance is available in each state, the pace of distribution has varied. Some places like Illinois, Oregon, and California got off to a slow start, but have since ramped up. Illinois, for example, went from reporting that it gave no assistance in May to being the second highest provider of rental assistance in June. Now, in regards to our fourth stimulus check, Senator Pat Toomey on Sunday warned against treating federal funding as monopoly money. That says negotiations on how to pay for a bipartisan infrastructure bill ramp up ahead of a critical week. The Republican told CNN, "A very, very important category for me is how all of this is going to be paid for. Now we're talking about another $600 billion on top of the ordinary spending. This is completely out of hand. And these are people who think this is monopoly money, but it's not." The comments from Senator Toomey, the top Republican on a Senate Bank Committee, comes as a bipartisan group of senators hash out details on funding the bill, in which water and transportation funding remain a sticking point. The bipartisan effort is one part of a two-track strategy to advance the White House's sweeping economic agenda, as Democrats lay the groundwork to advance a $3.5 trillion package, expanding the social safety net. Republicans and Democrats agreed to scrap an enhanced IRS enforcement provision that would strengthen the agency's ability to collect unpaid taxes, which would have raised up to $100 billion in government revenue. Folks, here's what you have to know surrounding your Social Security benefits. According to the Motley Fool, you probably shouldn't claim Social Security at age 62, but you do get flexibility when it comes to signing up for Social Security. You can opt to wait until your full retirement age, which is 67 or 66, or somewhere in between, depending on when you were born, and that way you'll get the full amount per month based on your earnings history that you're entitled to. Thank you for watching, everybody. Until next time, have a great day and stay safe.
31 years ago today, on the south lawn of the White House, President George H.W. Bush signed the Americans with Disabilities Act. He was surrounded by disability advocates and bipartisan members of the United States Congress, just as we are today. Speaker Pelosi, welcome, by the way, Madam Speaker. Chairman Leahy, Leader McCarthy, Senator Casey, Congressman Scott, Congressman, where is he? There you are, Paul. You understand this better than anybody does. I want to thank you, Congressman, for all your work. And I want to thank you all for being here. Second, by the way, where's Mom? Mom, is she here? Oh, she's watching. Okay, I thought you looked and said, Mom is out there. I was going to ask her to stand up, but Mom, you can't stand up if you're home. But folks, thank you for what you've done. The second gentleman is here as well. Thank him for being with us as well. And some of the same folks who fought so hard for this landmark legislation are with us today. I just got off the phone with one of them, a guy named Tom Harkin. And 2 days ago, I was on the phone with one who just had his 98th birthday, Bob Dole. But no one worked harder than Tony Coelho to get this done. House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer. Others weren't able to join us today, but were instrumental in bringing this to life. Dear friends, as I said, like Tom Harkin and Bob Dole. And I also spoke, as I said, Bob wanted to pass on his regards, as did Tom. Tom's up in Wisconsin, working on, he said, on ADA, doing something up there, and I didn't explain exactly what. There's still more with us that are here in spirit, like Ted Kennedy, Major Owen, the Congressman Major Owen, countless other advocates. I was enormously proud to be a co-sponsor of the ADA, as Pat Leahy was as well, if I'm not mistaken, as a member of the United States Senate. And I'm proud to be here today as president alongside so many fearless champions who represent the ongoing legacy of this law from the foundations to its future. 31 years ago, after its passage, many Americans have never lived in a world without the ADA. Generations have grown up not knowing the time before it existed. But many of us can still recall an America where a person with disability was denied service in restaurants and grocery stores, and could be. Where a person using a wheelchair couldn't ride in a train or take a bus to work or to school. Where an employer could refuse to hire you because of a disability. An America that wasn't built for all Americans. Then we passed the ADA and made a commitment to build a nation for all of us. And we moved America closer to fulfilling that promise of liberty and justice, and maybe most importantly, dignity and equality for all. You know, perhaps most importantly, we did it together.